And guys, welcome to another live session with your boy Franklin. If this is your first time, thank you for stopping by. Feel free to look around for my videos. Try to upload every week and pretty much eclectic topics, span across everyday life. So if you can see me, if you can hear me, say hello. Say hello, give us a thumb up. Right. This is one of the Yibage. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Hit the like button if you're seeing this. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Last night's session was a bit late and very close to midnight. Hey, John Anderson, Kenneth Anthony, what's up? For anyway, this is one of the story times. Um, this one, I've had this email sitting in my inbox for quite some time. But personally, I'm guilty of one thing. I'll confess. I've been trying to move this particular story, aside. I'm fine. I'm fine. D. And but the person that sent me this email has been sending me repeat emails and saying, Franklin, when are you going to make a video about this story? And what's interesting about these episodes, some of the stories that I get from people is some of the stories are really crazy. I said it before that you'll be shocked, you'll be taken aback, you'll be asking yourself questions that even me, the recipient of these emails, sometimes I start to question the authenticity of these emails. But the truth is, people really go through some crazy stuff. And the fact that, you might have never experienced that, one is more than likely going to be a bit insensitive and stuff. So I try not to be, okay? Anyway, the title is a bit of a giveaway. So I'm going to take you through the long and short of this, and then I'll wrap it up, okay? But for those of you that have joined, thank you. Hit the like button, okay, before I crack on. So this lady who's going to be anonymous sent me this email. It's been about roughly 6 weeks now. And but as I said, I was shocked when I read it. I didn't even know how to approach it, so I kind of left it on the shelf. And then so I didn't want to come across as rude or disrespectful. So I thought, okay, you know what, I'll talk about it tonight. So she basically moved to the UK from Nigeria in I think sometimes in I think 2005 or 2006, and she's been here, with a husband and stuff, and she works in the IT field. He works in the within the medical, sector. So, um, long and short, the typical, immigrant story. They've had their ups and downs. They've got two kids, and she said this lady came from a family of about four siblings. So I think the rest of her siblings live in Nigeria. So she lives here in the UK with her husband. So it got to a point, after they became, permanent residents and all that stuff, then she decided to invite her mom, as you do, like, oh, let me apply for mom for visitor's visa so she can come here on holiday, come spend like a month, you know, with us and stuff, and then go back to Africa, as most people do with their families and parents and stuff. So anyway, she said, but before then, before I get to that point, the woman has been having some ups and downs with what's it called now? With her husband in terms of she said, she didn't pay much attention to it, but there was a case where she found some WhatsApp messages where he was sort of flirting with a work colleague, who's white and stuff, and then they had an argument, And then, um, for those of you that are saying, is this real? That's why I'm talking about it. So be patient and pay attention. Anthony, anyway, so he said they had an argument. This was like a couple of years ago, where she found a WhatsApp message and he claimed that the lady was being flirtatious at work, blah 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 blah. But looks kind of sleazy and all that stuff. So she said, deep down inside, she suspected that they might have been having an affair and stuff. But then she didn't have a sort of like a concrete, evidence to suggest that he had slept with her and stuff, because there's the odd lies here and there that they've been having arguments about. But she told a few people, people said let it rest and stuff like that. So she couldn't do anything. Then he tried to apologize. He took on holiday to Cyprus and said, Anyway, she let it go. She forgave him and stuff. So fast forward to recent times. She then said, "Oh, let my mom come to the UK because the rest of her siblings live in Nigeria." So she filed for her mom, and fortunately, she was granted 6 months visitor's visa, right? And then she came over to the UK, and it was great. And the initial plan was to stay, spend like a month or 2 months, with them, with the kids and all that stuff. So it was going good. She had to go to work, husband too was there. And then she took her mom around to, a few of the families. So the nature of her job, she works lengthy hours and then she does a lot of consultation work and stuff. So sometimes husband will be at home with the kids and stuff. And to be honest, I can imagine, this is one of the things that would never in a million years, cross even cross your thought process for you to even think, oh, my partner might be having an affair with my mom, or do you know what I mean? So anyway, this woman said, she would sometimes come home late and all that stuff. And then she said, there was one day that she came home. She was trying to get her key through the door. So I think she couldn't get the key to get in. She was knocking and, from outside and asking her husband to let her in because she couldn't find a key and stuff like that. So she said when she came into the house, the movement of body language felt kind of strange. So, but you know that we're humans, but you kind of thought she saw her mom. It's like she was a bit out of breath, and then the mom went into into the bedroom, kind of like came out, looked a bit like she was a bit nervous and a bit out of breath, and she looked at her husband. He looked a little sweaty. So then she said, the kids were sleeping upstairs. So she said, what's up? What's going on? Why do you look sweaty and all that stuff? That was the first, you see that. That's really weird. But he said, he was exercising, that he was doing push-ups and all that. So he heard her knocking and stuff. And then she said, because he's the type of dude that doesn't go to the gym, he doesn't work out. And she said, when did you start exercising? When did you start working out? Like, you don't work out, you don't do push-ups, you don't go to the gym. And he said, oh, I started today, because you make jokes that my belly is growing a bit big. And so she said, more like push-ups in those chicks. Ah, god damn. Yay. I'm born off of my money. Anyway, as I was saying, um, he she said they had that conversation that she felt kind of, but then there is something that you wouldn't even want to mentally go there, like, oh, maybe it's me thinking something weird, like. So she said, she looked at him and said, when did you start doing push-ups? So long story short, dude said, I started doing exercise, I just thought I'd try out some push-ups. It's believable though, because anyone can start exercising today to lose some weight, to get their health together and stuff. So she said, okay. So anyway, she went to her mom's room and she sat on the bed. Said the mom looked alone. Said, Mom, is everything all right? I said, oh, yeah, yeah, I'm fine and stuff. She said, she just said, okay, let me go and get undressed and stuff. And that was that. She left it. She didn't think anything of it. So fast forward to, that was like a month, like a month, you know, prior. So a month later, so along the line, because mom was going around the UK, spending time with people and all that stuff. Then she decided to say she was going to spend roughly a month extra with them, which she said her husband was comfortable. Because I've always talked about this. Parents always, usually when you have parents come and greet you from Africa, you really want them to spend a bit of time and just bugger off and go back to where they came from and stuff. But she said her mom was meant to spend about 2 months and all that. She had gone to say hello to some extended families and stuff. And then she told her husband that, oh, mom wants to spend 1 more month and stuff. And he was cool with it. He said, oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I like it in corner of my money. Anyway, he was like, oh, yeah, sure, it's fine. She can stay for, 1 more month. It's okay. She's like a mom to me, blah, blah, blah. So she said, okay, cool. And then suddenly, she said she works for some from IT firm where she does a lot of networking support and stuff. So she does a lot of night shift stuff. So there was this fateful night. She would do work overnight and then come home sometimes in the morning and stuff. So she came home one night and then, I mean, she went to work one night, my bad. And then she became a bit poorly at work and she had to, because she would normally cut off at about 6:30 in the morning and drive home. So she became a bit poorly and then she decided to just come home in the middle of the night and stuff. And just, I was about 2, 3 a.m. in the morning. And then um, came home at night, came through the patio door, which is, for those of you who don't live in the UK, a patio door is like a door, in your property that leads into the back garden and stuff. She came through the back garden, and lo and behold, um, caught a husband smashing his mom. She caught them in the act. And I mean, we might laugh about this, but the first time I read this email, I'm paraphrasing here, my jaw was on the floor. I was shocked. I've never been that shocked in a long time. So she said they have a massive living room, corner piece, and husband was butt naked, mother was butt naked. They were smashing away on the couch, and she just stormed in and caught them red-handed. And of course, all hell broke loose, screaming and fighting, and she ended up smashing the TV and all that stuff. Now it became so it became, someone said this is not a pre, I'm not fooling anybody, this is a honest email. And then it became, so messy and all that stuff, massive argument and fight broke out and all that stuff. And then this is it though. So because I asked a question in an email that, why didn't you tell people and let people know? But she said because of the shame and embarrassment, she couldn't tell people. She couldn't. She screamed. She fought her husband, but she was ashamed that if friends and other extended family should hear that her husband is. I mean, I understand. On a more serious note, I understand. So she said she kept quiet about it, and then to make it even worse, so about a couple of months later, mother then said she suspect. So then I asked a question just to understand. I said, if you don't mind me asking, how old is your mom? Because but this woman said she didn't tell me her age. She said my mom had me young, had the four of us quite young. So she's still relatively young, regardless. So anyway, mother turned out to be pregnant here in the UK, and then like the whole thing that happened is not bad enough. Then she's claiming that she's pregnant, and then not wanting to take out the pregnancy and all that. So this woman at the time of filming this, raw dogged, moved out of the house, and she said she's moved out to a friend's place and she's there with the two kids at the moment because she can't carry on live. Her mother is still in that house with her husband, and she's heavily pregnant. Look, um, I don't even know what to say, man. It's probably one of the craziest emails that I've seen in a long time. It's words fail me. The only reason I'm making this video, I'll be honest, was because this woman has been sending me subsequent emails and saying, Franklin, I don't even know I'll be honest. I'm the type of guy that I'm able to articulate myself. I talk about several things, but how do I advise anyone to learn from this? Because I don't even know how to convert this into a lesson. I don't know because honestly, I've been thinking all day, like, okay, how do I gain a closure on this topic? How do I tell people, okay, learn from this? So, what do I tell people? Like, if your mom comes visiting, make sure your mom is not sleeping with you. I don't know, man. That's man. Throw the mother away, throw the relationship away, throw the partner away. It's just crazy. It's nuts. But yeah, I like what somebody said. Sometimes you be shocked. That's a twist. I love that statement. Some parents sometimes they might be jealous of what you have. It doesn't really matter that they're your parent because for your mother to become sexually attracted to your partner. I mean, if the man is crazy enough to want to dick your mother down, that's a whole nother conversation. But for your mother, a mother to stoop low to that sort of level and lay down, bust your legs wide open with your daughter's man. Honestly, I think it's just nuts because I don't know. What do you think? I don't know how to gain a closure, how to even close this topic now because I said okay, I'll make a video, I'll talk about it because but the thing is though, I'm just thinking for that type of mother, maybe there might have been signs that she's a slag, because the fact that somebody gave birth to you. There are people watching this. Some women that she might have been promiscuous from time. So the fact that she gave birth to four children means nothing. I just said to her, this is what I said, and I probably say this. I said, let that woman go. Just she said to me that she's in a really really bad place because she's currently staying with a friend and she can't go to work. She's been crying for weeks. This was the last email I got from her, and it's she just doesn't want anything to do with this man anymore. And now her siblings are home. She was actually too ashamed to tell people, but now the people back home, and they said the family back home is on fire now, and they are having a major rift with the guy's family. And what happens in Africa is, I can imagine family versus family, but this is not really family versus family, man. Your mom or your extended family starts to fight and aggression and all this violence. Violence is not going to fix anything. I think the woman just needs to. Somebody's making jokes about the dude has blah 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 size of inches of regardless of I know you're joking, but this is serious stuff. This is one of some of the things, very very inconvenient conversations that you find me having on this platform because shit happens and stuff do happen to some people. This is one of those things, man. Again, if you're watching this, I don't know who you are. If you find your mom licking her lips around your man, yo, you need to run far away from that kind of mother. If you find your mom being jealous of your relationship or jealous of your progress or looking at your partner in a sexy, in a kind of like a flirtatious way and in a really sleazy way, you really want to be careful. Yeah, yeah, it happens. Somebody has already said it. Crazy stuff, man. Whereby your mother can stoop so low and be sexually attracted to your man. That's not a mother, man. That's a demon. That's if my dad touched my wife, I would beat him up. Nah, nah. That's sick. For someone like me, even siblings, families, if I catch you Checking out my woman, licking your lips. Yo, you gonna catch it, man. You know, just put the barriers up. Don't allow people like that around you. I mean, you expect the adults in the relationship to in the West, unless the woman is related to the husband, you don't have women in your house and vice versa. This is a very common story and crosses racial groups. Tajiri, thank you for saying that. Angela Heel, thank you. You had to give me $2, man, for that crazy ass story tonight. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you. The right thing to do mentally, emotionally, and physically is for her to permanently break away from mom, yep, and the husband. Cut them off because they will destroy her and her children. They've already destroyed the woman. And you know what? On a more serious note, some people might find it really difficult to gain closure. Things like this do sabotage people mentally. And you find out that such persons might not even be able to gain closure as they carry on through the rest of their lives. It's absolutely shattering and, heartbreaking. But crazy stuff, man. Guide your heart. This is what I say. It's yeah, ultimate betrayal. Of course it is, man. People get killed for that kind of crazy stuff. Um, that's it, man. That's it. That's the story. So I hope the woman gets a closure. She said she wants me to say the story out to the world so people can, let her siblings back home. They've told the mother. I think she said her firstborn, who is the brother, said the mom shouldn't bother coming back to Nigeria because she's going to get killed. That's what they're threatening to tear her to shreds. And you can imagine the embarrassment. So she's currently in the UK. She's moved out with the children, and the mother is heavily pregnant. That means she's going to end up having the baby. And oh man, that's how do you explain that in terms of family tree? So her mother is going to have a child for her ex-husband. I mean, that's gross, man. That's just gross. And like it's not bad enough, and then you choose to keep the baby. Hey, what do I know? I'm just a guy that makes YouTube videos. Um, Forgive me. Ah, yeah, it's technically incest. It's not even technically. It's blatantly incest. It's nasty. It's revolting. It's not even technically. It's in black and white. It's incest. It's just purely incest. Anyway, that's me done. Sorry if this kind of bothers you or shocks your system. That's the story I have on the plate tonight. If you want to contact me, look in the description below at foodchannel1960@gmail.com. It's your boy Franklin. Let's keep the conversation going on below. What would you do differently? I'm talking hypothetically now. If you find yourself in that situation, what would you do differently? It's your boy Franklin. And yeah, I'll definitely catch you in the next one. Peace and love. Good night.